What's going on, everybody? Longbox Love Affair here with another comic book haul. This time, it's an out-of-town haul. So I went to visit family in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, and happened to get to some shops there, as well as Wilmington, Delaware. So if you are based in any of those towns, I'm sorry, because I found some good deals. That the comic book shops there aren't quite what they used to be. Used to be Apocalypse Comics, which was really great in North Myrtle. That has since moved. They do some cons. I think they have a shop elsewhere in the state, but I found, let's see, maybe five different comic book stores, six different comic book stores in Myrtle Beach, Wilmington area, which it's about an hour and 15 minute span between the two. And I was able to find some real goodies here. So I'm going to start with Wilmington. So Wilmington, North Carolina has three comic book stores I was interested in going to. One of them was closed for like a week, so I couldn't get to that one. But one of my stops was Memory Lane Comics. So Memory Lane Comics, I happened to go into their second store that they just opened about 2 months ago, they said. Great guys, great conversationalists, and they gave me some really great deals, so I really appreciate that. So I definitely wanted to show this. If you are ever in the Wilmington, North Carolina area, they are one to check out. They have two stores across the street from each other. One, which is the first one, is mostly newer stuff. They have some back issues on the wall, but most of it is newer stuff, toys, and other collectibles. The Memory Lane 2 comic shop, this is not the card for that, but it's basically the same thing. Memory Lane 2 is all back issues, and they had some statues and stuff. Beautiful store. I'm going to try to put some footage in the box here and make sure that you can see it, because it was a beautiful store. They had so much stuff on that wall that I wanted that I really had to edit myself. One of the books that I've been thinking about wanting for quite some time, but prices on eBay have been pretty outrageous for the condition of the books. I decided not to buy it on eBay, stopped looking for it, and here they had it behind the counter on the wall. So I picked up this book, Batman 232, first appearance of Ra's al Ghul. Iconic Neil Adams cover. I think I got his name right. I always confuse him with Art Adams, and there's a whole bunch of artists that have similar names. So Batman 232. Iconic Ra's al Ghul cover. The artwork inside is great. I asked if I could see the inside, and so he actually flipped through this book for me, page by page. Beautiful white pages, really nicely put together. He estimated, I think it was like mid-grade, 4 or 5. I think it's worth higher than that, but it does have a rusty staple down here, which he was saying might knock it down a bit. But beautiful book. I've been trying to pick up some of the Batman keys that I can find that are within my price range. DC keys are what they are. They're not taking off like Marvel, so I figured I'd grab some if the opportunity presented itself. So this is a book that I've had on my mind, but have never bit the bullet. Another one on the wall was Moon Girl Devil Dinosaur 2, the 1 in 25 variant cover. There's not many of these on eBay. It's hard to price this out. They charged me about $40 for it, and I feel like that was a good deal. And it's near mint. It's one that I may eventually get slabbed or what have you. I just won through a local auction, through a comic store auction. I won issue number 3, the 1 in 25. So I'm paying for it. I didn't get it for free, that's for sure. But this is a nice one. On the same day, to get this and to win that other auction was exciting. This book, adding it to the collection. This is my third copy of it. I definitely have paid the most for this copy because it's now a hot book. So you'll see what I'm talking about. It is Marvel Premiere number 1. First, Adam Warlock, as we know Adam Warlock to be. This is, I think, the first appearance of the Soul Gem. High Evolutionary is in here. Man Beast, I believe, is in here. This is the premiere of the series, and it is Warlock in his classic costume. I don't think this is Jim Starlin yet. This is not Jim Starlin, but Gil Kane, I think, is the cover artist here. Iconic cover. I have a 9.0, I believe. I have to double check, and I have an ungraded original copy. So my 9.0, I bought it ungraded, and I paid $100 for it at Baltimore Comic Con like 5 years ago. So I was excited, or actually less than that, maybe 3 years ago. So I'm excited to bring another copy in the collection. Specking on this, obviously, Adam Warlock is my jam. If he pans out, great. If he doesn't, I don't care. I love this book. And you all know I love, like, Warlock 9. I love picking that up all the time. To pair it with it is Marvel Premiere number 2. And I bought this for $32 or so. It says $34.99, but he gave me about 10% off, which was really nice. He gave me a deal on all these books, which I really appreciated. He didn't have to do that, being a brand new person. He knew I was from out of town. So why did I pick this one up? It is the second appearance of Warlock in his modern iteration, but this book is minty. I mean, it may not be near mint, but I think I could probably press this. I could probably get a decent grade, and I thought that'd be pretty cool to pair that. I think I only have one other copy of this one, and I think it's a lower grade copy. So excited to bring a higher grade Marvel Premiere 2 in the collection. Also picked up for about $10. Fantastic Four 110. We got Agatha Harkness on the cover. There, it is not the green variant, which would be great if it was that green variant, but that's a hard one to find, misprinted. But this is a book that people are starting to think about, given the Agatha Harkness Disney Plus series that they're talking about. I think it's an odd choice for a Disney Plus series, but hey, I'm along for the ride. I've loved all of what Disney's done. I rewatched WandaVision over the holidays. Yeah, great stuff. For under $10, I got Next Wave number 1, Director's Cut. So I have, I think, number 1 through 10 of this series. I don't know how far it went up. I think it was about 1 through 10. And this is a nice one to add to the collection. I'm not sure the condition. It might have a couple ticks. But hey, I have not seen this one in the wild. So another spec-worthy book to hold on to. So that was Memory Lane 2. And Memory Lane Comics is a second store. So thank you guys if you're watching. Appreciate the deals. I also went in Wilmington to Fanboy Comics, and that was the store that everyone said go to. Not everyone, but a couple people said, make sure you check out Fanboy. There's a couple of other stores. They may have said Memory Lane as well. So I actually went to Fanboy first, and I was a little disappointed. Not necessarily that they had a bad selection. They didn't. They had a great selection. It was a big store, things on the wall and the rafters. They had some back issues that they let me look at that were behind the counter in a box, but I just didn't find anything. I didn't find anything I really needed. The only thing I did find was Incredible Hulk, Future Imperfect, the trade. I got this for $20. And the reason I bought this is because it looks different than the original. It's kind of an amalgam of the two covers. And if you zoom in, we got George Perez. We got George Perez signature right there. I'm not sure if they factored that into the price or if I got a great deal. I'm sure they couldn't miss that. It's the first thing I saw when I looked at this book. And I put it back and I was like, no, I'll kick myself. And that's my litmus test to should I buy something is, am I going to kick myself later? Am I going to want to rush back? But I couldn't because Wilmington was an hour plus away for me. So I actually played a little bit of hooky to go to these stores. So I wasn't going to make it back. It is not necessarily near mint because it's got a little, kind of tear in the binding for this trade. But it is in really nice condition from everything I can tell. I haven't taken it out yet. I kind of don't want to. I kind of just want to keep it in here and enjoy it. That cover is awesome. I do love the covers, and hopefully George is not feeling so well these days. He has that infection, and obviously with his cancer, so that there's a cause for concern. So sending good vibes to him. But we got the signature on here, so that's pretty exciting. I don't have a raw signature of his, so that's awesome. Next up are the Myrtle Beach shops. So on day 1, I got off the plane, and before I even went to my uncle's, I went to 2 comic book stores. First one, Coastal Comics. Didn't get anything. It was a little bit more picked over than I would have hoped. Some of the prices for the wall books I was really surprised on, in not necessarily the best way. And the slabs, there was nothing slab that I really wanted. So unfortunately, I left there empty-handed. And I thought the key selection was very sparse. I mean, they had some interesting choices for wall books. The next shop I went to was just outside of Myrtle Beach in Conway called Power Comics. And those books, I spent a while there. I spent longer than I wanted. And they had dollar books, they had priced as marked, and then at the very end, just as I got tired of hunting, I found the boxes that were like the new stock. So I didn't find anything in those. I was surprised I didn't. But let me show you the books I bought that were priced as marked. And let me know what you think about those. And then I bought a bunch of dollar comics, and I spent $8, but I had about 11 comics, and they gave them to me for $8. So that was a decent deal. So priced as marked for $12, I got Avengers Academy #1. Really nice copy. It might have a spine tick. I think I felt that. I can't see it, but definitely a first appearance of a bunch of characters. Avengers Academy 1. I got Dark Avengers 175. This is sort of the new roster. Cool Mike Deodato cover. I paid $8 for this. I think that is probably fair, maybe a little bit higher than I was hoping for, but I've not seen this out there in the wild, so I snagged it for $5. And I think this was a deal. I haven't done a whole lot of research on it, but it looked like this book goes for much more than that. For $5, I got Blade #1. Got Spider-Man on that cover. So given everything with Blade, this might be a good speculation comic. Never seen this one. I mean, there's a bunch in here that I've never seen, including this variant cover to Spider-Man 555. Got a Simone Bianchi. Is that how you say it? Bianchi? Bianchi? Anyway, brand new day variant cover. I have some of these variant covers, but not this one. And I paid $7 for this. And last, for the priced as marked, I got a variant cover to Deadpool #1, the Daniel Way series. Rob Liefeld. I paid $15 for this. I think this book goes for much more on eBay. Whether it actually sells for that is another question. But in the moment, I was like, this is a variant cover I do not have. And I'm a big Deadpool fan, Rob Liefeld fan, so it's interesting. I don't collect a whole lot of Deadpool comics. I am a fan of his. I like his work, Deadpool's character. But this is one that I just had to pick up for $15. The rest of these that I got at that comic store were $1. Actually, less than $1, because I got all of these, I think there's 11, for $8. So I was surprised. So we have Amazing Spider-Man Annual 38. And this is the prelude to the Ghost Spider. It ties into that storyline. There's a first appearance in here of a Spider-Man, of a alternate, I believe. Not as fluent in that character because I think nothing really happened, but you never know when you're talking Spider-Man. Again, these are less than $1. Avengers #9. This is one of the more expensive issues in that series. This is Children's Crusade #9. Killer artwork. This is a book I've been wanting to read for a while, and I might end up getting the trades. Baby Teeth #1. It's a Donny Cates, early Donny Cates, and there was some speculation that he may be, doing something with this property. I'm not holding my breath, but it's an Aftershock comic, which don't seem to have much life after they get produced. I got Jackpot #1. Seems to be a hard to find offshoot for Spider-Man. They had #2, but I just picked up #1. Dark Reign's Invincible Iron Man #10. And #11, this is the first Pepper Potts as Rescue. Those were really hot for a second. I think they've cooled down quite a bit. These are personal favorites of mine. So Guardians of the Galaxy, that first relaunch series, I think it was 2007. This is issue #23, right? Yeah, we got the Magus on the cover. Adam Warlock's alternate reality, or alternate persona, and 24. This is What's in the Cocoon, and we thought it was Adam Warlock coming back, and it was Thanos. And I'm not doing a spoiler warning because, this is 10, 20, 12 years ago. So I love this cover. I love this cover. I got a second print of the Children's Crusade #2, Avengers Children's Crusade. You got Jim Chung, I think. That's his artwork. I believe so. Avengers Academy 2. Why not? Just pick that one up. And then this is my third or fourth copy of this book. Avengers #2, Shang-Chi joins the Avengers. So it's a decent spec to think about him coming into the Marvel Universe. Given the movie and so forth, it seems like he might have some staying power. So that was before I even got to my uncle's. I picked up those comics. Last but not least was my Wednesday New Comic Book Day pickup. And it's a mix of new comics and back issues. So I played hooky from work. I went to the comic shop in the mall, Player's Choice. It's always got some great stuff, and they most of this stuff was 10% off. Actually, I think almost all of it was 10% off. So I did get my copy. They only had one copy of this Mandalorian variant, the Sprouse variant. So I know my shop wasn't going to get it, so I got it there. I also picked up Black Panther 3, the Jusco variant. Why not? Avengers 53, that red panther that everyone's talking about. That's probably the flavor of the week. But again, these were 10% off. And then those are the new books, but the back issues I found New Avengers 8, the first appearance of the Black Order, and I paid $2.50 for this. Yeah, this book was going for $10 to $20 at one point. I think I still saw it on the wall at some of the stores, but I paid not too much. I found this. I picked Savage Dragon up whenever I can, and this is issue 200. Got it for cover price, which was $8.99, I believe, something like that. Yeah, $8.99. They had it for cover price. This is a Jack Kirby, Eric Larson cover. So it looks like he repurposed Jack Kirby artwork and he gave him a credit for it, and then Eric Larson in there too. So I think this is a harder to find issue. I've never seen this variant. I'm going to bank on that and just one to add to the collection. I had sold all my Savage Dragon and slowly have been recollecting some of the older issues. So that's kind of fun. And then some people were talking about As Guardians of the Galaxy on Instagram. So I found the second printings. I have first printings and I have some variants, but I didn't realize there were second printings. So As Guardians of the Galaxy 1, Nebula, second printing on that. And kind of a cool like interior artwork page of number 2. So yeah, this haul had a little bit of everything. It had some Silver Age goodness and it had some modern keys. And then second printings and other things that are just fun for my collection, in my opinion. So let me know what you think. And I mentioned the locations because Myrtle Beach is a tourist town. There are comic book stores there. So let me know if you've ever gone to any of these. If you've been to Myrtle Beach, Wilmington, and found them. I would definitely check out Memory Lane Comics in Wilmington if you have a chance. And that's my shameless plug for them. They gave me great deals. They just opened that second site, which is all their back issues, and it was amazing. I wish I could have spent all day in there, and I had to cut myself off because I spent enough money. So thanks everybody for watching. If you're new to my channel, make sure you subscribe, hit that like button, helps with the channel, and feel free to leave a comment down below. Let me know what you thought. And I will see you next time. All right, take care. Bye-bye.